watch it, it's very powerful. But also the power of these meet and greets and getting to see the fans one-on-one and hearing their recollections on your career. How does that feel to you when you get to talk to a fan one-on-one that, to you, you've never met them before, but you've made such an impact on their life, for what you did in the ring years and years ago?
Well, it never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to be an honor to have been a part of people's childhoods and their memories of their youth, or maybe doing something with their parents or their grandparents. The stories are endless. Social media has enabled me to hear some of those stories from different fans over the years, and wrestling impacted my life from a very early age, and I've got great memories of my dad watching wrestling with him when I was a kid, and later going to live matches with my granddads, and it's just something that once it's in your blood and once you've taken part in it, much less you've been one of the fortunate ones like myself that actually got to live the dream and be a part of the spotlight. It's a very unique profession, and once you're part of it and part of that fraternity, it's pretty much it's a lifelong thing. You don't ever leave that so far in your rearview mirror.
And I don't know if you've noticed this, but the wrestling fans really do remember everything, and they remember things that you probably forgot a very long time ago. But if you look at the list of guys that are going to be at this convention, and you see names like Bret Hart and the Honky Tonk Man and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Tito Santana, really guys that are associated more with the WWF/WWE, and with you being more of an NWA Jim Crockett Promotions guy, one of the cool things that I'm really looking forward to with the weekend is possibly seeing the debut of the Magnum TA action figure under the WWE umbrella, which all those guys have had the action figures before, but this is the first ever Magnum TA action figure to hit the market. Have you seen it up close and in person, and are you excited that it's finally going to be hitting the shelves? Oh
yeah, I have. I've got some for my friends and family and my kids. I've got kids I got 8-year-old twins. My wife and I do that go along with the other 5 that have preceded them, but they're all grown up and for all intents and purposes adults. And so to have young ones myself that get to put me in a wrestling ring with all those other figures is pretty cool. It really is. I thank the WWE for keeping those memories alive through making things like that a reality, because it brings everything back full circle. Kind of, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool, and it comes complete with a ring vest, which is very sweet. But also, I got to say, just from the pictures, if you see it online, they nailed the mustache pretty good, and I think that's some artists there in the Mattel factory definitely took some time to sculpt the mustache to the T. But did it meet your expectations after waiting so long to get the action figure by, whether it was WWE or another company? Did it meet your expectations finally getting to see it, though?
It actually exceeded my expectations. Because I knew I worked with the artists at Mattel 5-6 years ago when they originally did the concept and the rendering back, like I said, over 5 years ago, and we're going to introduce it when Mattel was doing that all on their own. And back then, the economy being not quite as good and things like that not being received as well, I was supposed to be in a wave 7 of new lines of figures that they were coming out with. And before they ever got to my wave, I think wave 5, they pulled the plug. So it never came to be. And then that agreement with them expired, and the WWE picked back up the agreement to do the licensing for the figures, and wanted to do it directly. So they reached out to me and entered into a contract with me to be able to bring that out on the market. And like I said, I thought it was it's pretty neat to be immortalized in plastic 30 years after the fact. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it's so awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see those in person. But, with these conventions, and I know you've done a lot of the NWA conventions, and you've been up to the New Jersey area for some of the great conventions that are up in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area. But, when you see the things that come down the pike and you see what the fans get to bring, and obviously, like I said about wrestling fans never forgetting anything, it seems like they save everything as well. And one thing that I think is really cool is all the magazine covers that you've been on in the 80s, and some of the unique items that you can see that are either on eBay or you see them at shows. But has there ever been an item that you were surprised somebody either kept or had, or it was something that you had never seen before and actually thought like, man, I'd actually kind of like to have that?
Well, the things that stuck out to me was I've seen the original North American heavyweight belt that a fellow had down in Florida that he bought from Bill Watts, and then another gentleman that lives down in Louisiana has got the original U.S. belt that I had, the all silver one that I won from Wahoo, and it's cool. I mean, I would love to have something hanging on the wall for just conversation piece to talk with my kids about, but I'm glad that fans have them and things that they appreciate and memories they've got. I mean, being able to do it and experience the things I did are memories that have lasted a lifetime. And, the actual items itself is almost kind of, for me, it's kind of a moot point because I got to, ride on the end about Lightning Bolt with Dusty and Rick and the guys and, perform in front of, those just incredible fans that were just, I listen back to some of the old, the sound on some of those old matches that they've got out there. And I mean, the crowds were just amazing, the way they popped and were into what we were doing. It really made it was such a joy to do what we did in the ring. I mean, honestly, did we work hard to give those performances? Absolutely. I mean, I think, that during that era in the mid 80s, particularly, every night we had main event caliber matches from the opening match to the last match. And we were so deep in talent that it was almost like the competition that was going on that nobody understood was we were all out there trying to outdo each other. I mean, we all wanted to we wanted to tear the house down and say, yeah, go follow that. We all had so much pride in what we did, but a mutual respect for each other as performers as well, that it was, just a big family. And it was such a pleasure to be a part of that.